My friends, Proto, all about your blah, blah, blah. What's going on, my friends? I'll be right with you. My friends, we are back. I'm excited every day to be here. Very excited to be here yet again. It's been a long day, hard work. I am at home with the team. Proto says, I was meant to be sleeping, but my brain said, nah, son. His brain said, nah, son. It's not time to sleep. All about your blah, blah, blah. Thank you for coming back. And thank you for saying excellent music taste. Funny story about my music taste. I don't know if anybody wants to get a warm-up. Proto. All about your blah, blah, blah. Anybody. Funny story about the music is I've had several of my streams dinged by YouTube because I've played even like the lyricless beats of music, except for Biggie's Kick in the Door. It doesn't get dinged by YouTube, but a lot of the other songs I've played has fallen victim to YouTube's quick algorithm. However they find this music, it's amazing. Proto says, I'm laying in bed, coach, trying to sleep. I'm sorry, Proto, that's right. You just told us. You weren't even supposed to be here. I'm lucky to even have you typing in the chat right now. So I'll go ahead and warm up with some random off the street. I'm very glad. I want to say it. I hope I don't sound desperate. That's what I have a fear of, is that I sound desperate to you guys when I express my genuine appreciation for you being here. I do not mean to come off desperate, but I am very thankful. And I want to let you guys know that every time. What's your friend saying about the profile pic in the header? Nothing yet. No response quite yet, which I understand. All about your blah 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 points out that I'm being too loud. Proto needs to rest. So, if I talk like this, Proto will find a way to get his rest. I rock about Proto on the treetop when the wind blows. That's it. A little ASMR. Can you hear me? I'm eating this. That is the most gross. I didn't even know what ASMR was until I think like third quarter of last year. Had no clue, and then I heard on a show called The Howard Stern. It's a satellite radio show out here. They did like some insight, introspective into ASMR people. It's huge. Oh my God, it makes me cringe. Proto, when I hear that, it makes me change the channel. I can't listen. That mouth. I'm telling you, I feel the same. What I just did to you is the same thing. Like, I passed my pain on to you. Literally passed it right on to you. But I finally also got to watch Ariel and Helwani today, and I was not disappointed. I don't know, I thought it was all about your blah blah blah, but somebody pointed out that it was an awesome episode, and it really was. I love to hear. Somebody else also said that they don't respect what DC has to say. I'm like, how could you not? This guy has so much insight. What? Connor versus Justin? What? All about your blah, blah, blah. If you are playing with my emotions, I swear, if I have missed that Connor versus Justin is the new thing, I will go crazy, and I'm going to verify it in... Oh, it's not announced, but there are rumors. So Connor was serious All About Your Blah 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 says it's not been announced, but apparently Justin versus Conor is in the works. Conor was not joking when he said Dustin's not getting the fight. Wow. If that happens, I would be truly amazed. Stop, it's not announced. I honestly, if that... Proto says RDA wants it. Yeah, everybody wants that, I would imagine. I would imagine everybody wants Red Panty Night. Hell, I mean, for the amount of money that they're paying Conor's opponents, I want to fight Conor, and I would get completely smashed. I would put a full effort into fighting Conor McGregor for the money that they're paying these guys. I would do my very best. No fake injuries, no nothing. I feel like I'd have a little bit more of a chance than against Francis Ngannou. Francis Ngannou, I will pretend that I'm hurt. Conor versus RDA would be lit, actually. Of course that would be a good fight. I personally think RDA makes a great fight against a lot of people. However, I know Justin Gaethje isn't doing any wrestling. I know Justin Gaethje's not coming to wrestle. He's not doing, and he's coming here to put on a masterclass. Proto says, yeah, for $5 million, I'd fight anybody, even for 10 times less than that. Well, you're young, Proto, and you're training. So it's different for you. I would need that full $5 million. I'm going to need the full 5. I don't train.
Let's go, guys, fight.
Oh. You guys see, I'm not even paying, I don't even... genuinely don't know what happened in this round. But yeah, Conor, if Conor is able to kind of slide out of this Dustin Poirier trilogy fight, I mean, how devastating would that be to Dustin Poirier? I mean, he literally would have played his cards wrong in this case if he went... Gaethje versus Conor would be a monster fight. Should have been made 1.5 years ago. Absolutely. I wish we would have gotten crazy Gaethje versus Conor McGregor, because I know that Gaethje looks a lot better nowadays, but crazy Gaethje, I mean, the one that fought Eddie Alvarez, the one that fought Cowboy Cerrone, was it Cowboy Cerrone? Did he fight? No. That wasn't crazy Gaethje. There were 2 fights, I think. Cowboy Cerrone, or Eddie Alvarez, and one more fight. Oh, Dustin Poirier. That Gaethje comes out against Conor, it would have been so much fun. Because something tells me even that Gaethje would beat Conor. Michael Johnson. There you go. Michael Johnson. All about your blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and Diamond. Gaethje probably would have beat Conor with those leg kicks. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Conor honestly would have been exposed. I mean, the way Gaethje fights, he's not gonna throw the leg kick. And Conor's stance, I know we all pointed out his boxing stance, but I still think Conor has a problem with his traditional stance, because it's like a karate, lead foot heavy, taekwondo type of stance he has. That lead leg is out there for the taking. And he does move in and out well, so maybe he can escape the calf kick, but man, he's got to really get some skills built up to avoid that. I think Gaethje would have his hands full, man. Like I said, to me, see, we're talking about it. That fight tickles the imagination just so much more than oh my god, this guy's just destroying me. That fight just tickles the imagination so much more than an RDA fight. I don't know who I want to see RDA fight. I like his footwork, but Gaethje's a bit too slow. So, all about your blah, blah, blah. Did you think that Gaethje was going to beat Ferguson? Because I didn't. I thought Ferguson was going to beat Gaethje. I thought at that point, I thought Ferguson had many more tools in the toolbox and had a better movement than Gaethje, but man, Gaethje came out there and looked like a professional. Truly impressive. So looking at Ariel Helwani in DC, I definitely appreciated DC's analysis of Kevin's game and Marvin Vettori's performance. I know It's Tuesday. It's old news. The fights happened on Saturday, but, you know, and I know that All Bunch of Blah 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 says, I was of the opinion that Ferguson had gotten a bit lucky on his legendary run. That's correct. You pointed that. I think you're the one that pointed that out. And I've since seen, you know, he kind of did run into a lot of the big names he won. He did catch him on the downside. It was an interesting, I think, unintentional, fortunate matchmaking on Tony's part. But, you know, 37 is 37. People, you're getting close to 40, fighting at, you know, 155 pounds is not easy to do. And Tony's not a small guy, you know? I mean, 40 will catch up to you. 40 catches up to everybody except for these heavyweights. You can be entering Proto 6. Yes, we've got 69 subscribers looking for that 70th, but we don't force anything. Just letting things grow as they will. As they may. This guy is really good. Tony has been in the trenches. He's been in the trenches, that's for sure. That 37 years that he has, those are some hard miles, dude. Those are... Tony Ferguson might be the oldest 37-year-old in the UFC's history. And what I mean by that is just the type of competition he's fought and the level he's sustained for this amount of time is truly impressive. It really is. My God, this guy is just... I haven't been paying attention. I haven't been fighting my patient fight that I've been trying to utilize here recently, and this guy's about to beat me for it. Should have been paying more attention. Ah! Oh my goodness! This guy is... I'm glad this is unranked. Oh, this guy's just testing out his techniques. Jesus. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Wow. Glad there's only 4 people in here. By the way, if you hadn't had a chance to like, hit that like. Had a chance to subscribe. Hit that notification. That's the most important part. I want you here with us. We are enjoying a quiet start to the stream here, watching me get destroyed. Jesus Christ. Imagine if that second round uppercut, second round uppercut came 20 seconds earlier in the Tony versus Gaethje fight. Yeah, and I know exactly what you're talking about. I mean, yes. I mean, I'm wow, truly blown away. I also want to rewatch that fight and Tony Ferguson's loss to Oliveira, because I want to see what exactly changed about Tony's game, or if he's just finally fighting like really tough guys in their prime now, or if it's a combination of both. Has he gotten older and now he's declining? Of course, Tony Ferguson is declining, but has the decline contributed more than the competition? We maybe wouldn't be able to tell that from watching video, but I would definitely be interested in learning that. JMMA! What is up, my man? JMMA. For anybody listening to the recording, because I'm sure everybody in here has already subscribed to JMMA, look up JAYMMA. He's putting up awesome videos for ESBC Boxing, UFC 4, all sorts of stuff. And Brian Redband is becoming a stream regular, and I hope you subscribe, Brian. I hope you got your notifications on. You are becoming a regular. Oh, Brian, I saw your comment, and it looks like... Oh, you're... Okay, there you go. It says, does Beneil fight for the belt if he wins? Great. You know what, Brian? In fact, it's illegal for you not to join these chats. If you see the stream is up, you have to be in here. Yes. Beneil Dariush, 55 is a mess. Beneil wins this next fight. Everyone in here better be subscribed. I got the Yakuza. And you got it on speed dial. Shout out the Yakuza, by the way. Don't want them killing me. Brian Ribbit, and All Bunch of Bubba says he can't wait for the ESBC boxing game. Neither can I, my friend. I am so ready for a different sports combat game. But Beneil cannot. Proto just said he cannot fight for a title after being told. He can't only because of how stacked 55s are. Look, I think Beneil's on like some crazy winning streak on his fight winning streak. Let me see here. Yes, All About Your Blah 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 says they're barring a short notice opponent. Let's look at the streak though. Beneil, Dariush. I'm looking up Beneil's fight history right now because I brought a brand new spanking PC yesterday. That is awesome, my man. What kind of PC is that? I brought a brand new PC yesterday for this game. For ESBC boxing, you brought a new PC. That's intense, my man. And I'm jealous of you. I'm not going to go out and buy a PC for this game, but I'm tempted to because I want to be in there first. But Beneil is 20-4. These are his last fights. He won a split decision versus Diego Ferreira. He KO'd Scott Holzman with that famous spinning like forearm. Drake Dakar to close by KO, by punch. He submitted Frank Camacho. He submitted Drew Dober. And he got a decision over Thiago Moses. And his last loss was to Alexander Hernandez via KO. So, to answer that question, yeah, Beneil can't be next. He can't, even if he gets an explosive stoppage. But if he stops Tony, he needs to petition. He needs to stake his claim. He's just planning. He needs to. Beneil has become a much-see fighter, and he needs to say, "I earned a title shot." He doesn't need to play the humble game. He needs to call out the champion because he's top 5. If he stops Tony, he might be top 3 at that point. You know, he's got to be involved in that conversation. So B-Boy A+. Fighting B-Boy A+, getting it in. Charles Oliveira's. Oh, well, Proto, you can get a good feel for it on PC because you have a controller to play. Yeah, man. What kind of... How do you know the specs you're going to need for the game? Or to play it? I mean, how do you know which PC to buy if the specs for the game haven't been released? I guess you can just buy a really nice one. I promise you right now, I'm going undefeated in ESBC. Well, Jay, how are you going to go undefeated when I'm out here? I'm swinging leather. We're going to go at it. You gotta take a loss to me. All Bunch of Bubba says, I'm trying to get on the ground floor on that game. I might make some videos for it once it comes out. Awesome. All about your blah, blah, blah. I think it's a great idea. Get a channel up and running and enjoy this stuff. It's so much fun. I recommend everybody do it. I'll smoke Jay on ESBC and Coach. Just you can delete that Coach comment. Just leave Jay. Do not include me in that comment because you know I'm coming with the heat. James says you can't wrestle in boxing. Brian Redband says, which fighter is missing from EA UFC 4 that needs to be in the DLC most? That's a great question. You know, I feel like this game actually has a lot of the fighters that I want in here, actually. Ethan, welcome back to your stream, my friend. Welcome back. Welcome back to the team. But Brian Redband asked an interesting question. Who isn't in this game that should be? Brandon Royval at featherweight. Also, that Allen character. The guy with the longest feather, the person from the UK who now has the longest win streak at featherweight. He should definitely be in this game. Maybe Bilal, Muhammad Bilal would be an interesting guy to get. Bless says, be right back. Gonna change my pick to Kamzat. There you go. Allen's in the game. Arnold. Oh my god. I had no idea that Arnold Allen was here. I'm gonna have to give Arnold Allen a play and see what it is. Jay says he put Bilal in the game. I believe you did. And Bilal gave you a shout out for that, for doing so. Patty, there you go. Patty needs to be in the game. Yanez, I think the number one pick is Yanez right now. Yanez has got to be in the game. They butchered what he looks like though. Yeah, I'm going with Yanez. Brian Redband, I'm sticking with Yanez. I don't know what everybody else says, but I want Yanez in this game. But Li Jingliang, yeah, that's a good pick. I'm still gonna go with Yanez. I mean, I feel like he's been the most impressive fighter that I wasn't familiar with. Like, he came out just watching him move, that confidence, that like, I'm in control. I'm standing in front of you. I'm not gonna let you do anything to me. I've got my game plan, and that's how this fight's gonna go. You don't see that very often. Oh! This guy is just throwing these leg kicks. Man. Hey, Kyle Coleman, what is up? Bryce Mitchell should be... Okay, Bryce Mitchell wins. Bryce Mitchell wins. Hey, Kyle, I do not want you to think I ignored you. I saw that you were kind enough, that you were the man enough to build a thumbnail for me, and I need it. As you can tell, I need help with my thumbnails. Thank you, Kyle. I will get that thing in use on the next stream. I saw it right before I started this one. I don't know if you, anybody on Twitter that saw my announcement. I was originally going to start this at 6, but then I found out I had a work-related situation I got to take care of tonight, so I had to start the stream a little bit early. But Kyle, thank you for sharing that thumbnail or creating something for me. I promise you, I'm going to use whatever you've created. That was one of the kindest things I've had to happen from an online person. The fact when I just saw that message, I was like, oh man, damn. Very nice of you. JMA says, work was very interesting today. What was interesting about it? Coach is a grinder. A young legend. Oh no. I cannot stop. I feel like I cannot stop this guy's. I'll update it for every. Did you get it in your email? No, I got it. I just saw the alert, so I couldn't even. I just saw like a alert on my computer come up that showed that, hey, it said, hey coach, I created this thing, but then I literally saw it, clicked out of it, and then I jumped in the stream. So I will check it out right after this. It's so necessary. I want to give you a shout out and a huge thanks. This stream will be dedicated to you, my man. Actually, we'll dedicate the stream where I use it to you. The game would be better if DQs were optional. Illegal strikes, for example. Dude, Brian Redband, that was in Fight Night Champion. I don't know if you've ever played that game. Fight Night Champion, you had the ability to throw low blows and headbutts. And you could sometimes get away with it if you mixed in the headbutt. Sometimes you didn't. Sometimes you could just headbutt blatantly and the ref just wouldn't call it. But a lot of times you mixed in a low blow. Dude, it was in there, and it worked because it wasn't like you can just spam low blows or illegal shots because you would get kicked out of the game. But yeah, Brian, it added to an element. It would make you infuriated if somebody would do an illegal blow and then throw a punch and it like dropped you. It was infuriating. I mean, it was perfect. And JMMA says, unfortunately, this is EA. They don't have a consideration for that type of stuff. And it's at 20. Always wants to see an overhand, rightfully so, as he should, and wants to see some overhand action, which isn't a big part of my repertoire. I do not throw overhands. Oh. Ed loves overhands. Yeah, I cannot. It's not a part of what I do. Yes, thank you. Ah. I watched our fight, coach, made notes, I'll be back. I believe it. Ed, trust me, I believe you'll be back. I never doubted that Proto would become as great as he is, or that he was that great, and I believe, I am not BSing you. I fully believe that you undersell your skills, and that you will come back and be, oh my god. Oh, I blocked that. Oh, he's lagging it. Oh my gosh. He's lagging it. Golly, no. Did you see that? Oh my goodness, that is so frustrating. That is enraging. Oh my god. That is enraging. Did you? I don't know if you guys could see. He lagged the. Oh my gosh. I just started sweating. That he. Oh my god. That is so crazy. Why? I'm like, beat me straight up. Like, give me the beating, win a fight straight up. Don't cheat. It's so frustrating. I'm literally, it's a video game and I'm angry right now. I'm sweating. It's like, dude, just fight legit. You're not, it's not that big a deal. Just fight a legit fight. Do not cheat. Oh my gosh, that is so infuriating. I wish I had a person that could find this guy and just smash him. Wait. Hello? 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 I know the way. I know somebody that can do what you need to be done to the cheat. To the man that cheat. He take the win away from you. You come back, you win. Thank you, Francis. I know. You win the fight. You take the fight to him. You smash him. Thank you, Francis. I know. I know. I need to calm down. Come. No, I don't want to hug, Francis. Come. I don't want to hug, Francis. Come. All right. I guess I don't have a choice. But that was frustrating. I need to learn the Khabib impression. I can't do Khabib impression. I wish I could get that Russian, that Eastern European impression down. And in fact, I appreciate the way Khabib talks because he's so... And Ahmed. Sorry, Ahmed. Shout out to Ahmed. Thank you for joining. What happened is that this guy and I were fighting. I was winning, in my opinion. I felt very comfortable. He took me to the ground. He did get he got a reversal, got my back, and then put the rear naked choke on and started lagging the game. And it was insane. So I got I started sweating. I cannot stand when people cheat. I don't like losing as it is, but if you're gonna cheat on top of it, oh my goodness. It's just maddening. That's why I think if you're going to do these types of games, you know, the peer-to-peer thing is just, it's really crazy. Did you see Fury called out Ngannou? And that makes sense, because Francis Ngannou is probably the biggest fight that Tyson Fury can get after this Anthony Joshua situation is resolved. I don't want to see that fight because Tyson Fury will destroy. Is Coach Tony or Mason? I'm Chandler. I'm Michael Chandler, Ethan. I am Michael Chandler. Man, I'm getting chewed up. What does Francis think of Tyson Fury? He'll tell you in a second. I got to get him back in here. Oh my God. Oh. Both fights, I'm getting my legs torn up. Both fights I got my legs torn up in the first round, like immediately. Ethan says Francis KOs. No. Ethan, I know that you have favorites. I know you don't, maybe you don't like Tyson Fury. I've never heard you say you don't like him, but I suspect based on that comment that you don't. But do not let your biases confuse you. That man is a master boxer. And boxing and MMA are the same in the way that cricket and baseball are the same. Francis in a cage, Tyson in a ring. You know, yeah, absolutely. Francis wins that fight, obviously. And I mean, Francis has as much a chance against Tyson Fury in a boxing match as Tyson has against Francis in the octagon. It's just as unbalanced. I love Francis. I don't dislike Fury, though. He is really funny, yeah. I love Francis, too, and I've grown to like Tyson Fury. I really didn't have an opinion of him, but now I definitely like his little attitude and the comments that he makes. I think he's a clever guy. But, yeah, that would be a mistake. I don't want to see Francis leave MMA. Pay Francis what he's worth. I don't want to see any break from MMA so that he can leave for a year and go do a boxing match and then come back and have a totally, you know, lose his MMA, the progress he's made in MMA. That would be maybe the end of Francis Ngannou. All About Your Blah says, allow leg kicks and Francis deuces him. Right, of course. Yeah, I mean, if it's going to be even a kickboxing match, I think Francis would win, for sure. You know who's really, Ed says, you know who's really grown on me, Coach? Derek Brunson. His Twitter makes me laugh. Yeah, I'm with you on that, man. I haven't seen his Twitter as much. I've seen a couple of comments that were, you know, well placed. I think even after Marvin Vettori, I saw that he made a comment like, he should pay me. Brunson might be the least funny person on the planet, Ethan says. Why do you hate Derek Brunson so much? Literally add one more tool for Francis and it's over. Yeah, I agree. Woo! That was for you, Ed. Literally throwing that just for you. Oh. Ethan likes Street Fighters, hates everybody else. That's right. Ethan, man, like I said. Ethan, have you ever hated a fighter and then started to like them? Has anybody ever grown on? Woo! It's a wrap. Ethan says, for his trash talk with Izzy, and he's proper ugly, as Darren Till would say. Yeah, no, I all about your blah, blah, blah. I think even you can make the argument that the skill that Francis needed to add, that wrestling defense. We saw it against a great wrestler in Stipe, and Ethan's thinking about it. We saw that in a great wrestler in Stipe. I think he added that element that makes it over for a lot of people. But to your point, and like, dude threw head kicks, dude threw leg kicks. That's two skills. I really don't remember him being that effective a kicker. I know he's probably thrown kicks before, but he's just, if he's staying in the gym like right now, if he's not partying and if he's like developing right now, man, we have a bad problem at heavyweight, and I don't know who's going to stop it. A funny story. I saw Francis Ngannou fight live in person. Okay. I saw him when he had the braids. He fought on a UFC prelim. And he came out, and I'm trying to tell you, the crowd saw it. When he walked out, the crowd was looking at this guy. It was different. He looks gigantic, and I wasn't close to him. He looks huge, right? Let me tell you, when Francis Ngannou finished this fight with an uppercut, and it sounded like two pieces of wood clapping together. It was the most disgusting, it was one of the most vicious things I've seen in person. And after the knockout happened, after this poor guy was victimized by Francis Ngannou, I mean, throughout the commercial break, which nobody would have seen, the guy was laid out the entire time. They brought a stretcher out for him. They did all, but I don't think he actually left on a stretcher, but he was out the entire time. And it was, I mean, and Francis was just a monster. I mean, and he had the crowd silent. It was amazing. Who's Kelvin? Who thinks Kelvin wins this weekend and why? I am the only one, I think, in this group that believes that Kelvin has a chance. I'm not predicting oh no, this is GOAT. I lost to a cheater, and now I'm fighting a legit hardcore fighter in GOAT. Who thinks Kelvin wins this weekend? If I'm going to bet, I'm going to say, if I had to bet money, I'd probably bet on Robert Whittaker, but I think there's a strong possibility that Kelvin wins. I'm not going to go as far as to say Kelvin gets it, but I don't think it's that far out, like everybody else says. Ethan says the only person that he used to dislike and likes now is Robert Whittaker when he first got into MMA because of his fans, but then I actually watched his interviews and I grew to like him. Yeah, you know, I really like about what I like about Robert is that he's so open about his flaws, and he's open about his struggles, and that he has depression, and that he Ahmed says that he met Kelvin. He's a good man. Where did you meet him? How did you meet him? What did he say to you? How did you determine he was a good man? If that's not too much to write. You know, Ethan says, to be fair, every fan base has toxicity, and that's true. Some more than others, though. Some fan bases are just going to have more toxicity. Meet and greet in Abu Dhabi. Okay, cool. Ed says Kelvin made him cringe when he started parading around the place with Cejudo's belt. Yeah, that was ill-advised. He spoke to him about his fight with Till. Ethan says he's only toxic when it comes to Ortega. Ortega, Islam, and somebody else I can't see. This is GOAT. One of the world's greatest, GOAT. See, I don't know how to stop that either. I don't know how to prevent people from building up grapple advantage because they're punching you and they're almost like punch flicking. I don't understand. What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to just sit there. I mean, you try to block the the transition, but it's like impossible to do it. Because it's so, you have to like pre-deny. Coach, who do you think has the most toxic fan base on MMA Twitter? And you said Francis would give us his take on Tyson Fury. Francis hasn't returned quite yet from, I think he went to the grocery store to pick up a full calf, which he's going to eat for dinner. But he will be back soon enough. Oh my God, no. So who has the most toxic fan base? I don't know about Twitter. See, that's the thing. I don't check. I'm on Twitter, but I don't really check what people say on Twitter very often. Like, I'm not following any fighters. So I couldn't answer that. If I had to say the most toxic fan base, it might be Conor McGregor. It might be Conor's fan base. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's actually the case. But, I mean, because Conor fans are just rabid, you know. You should get active on MMA Twitter, Coach. I got great people to interact with fast. Yeah, no, I definitely try to. Like, I'll try to retweet things. I do talk to people, but I just don't look at, like, fighters' comments or what their fans are saying to them. And I do need to get involved a little bit more with that. Ed 20 says, Khabib or Conor's up there. The Isabel fans as well. I love watching Izzy fights, but his fan base prevents me from fully burying into him. Yeah. So Izzy kind of sets that standard, I think, for his base because he's kind of a troll online. You know, especially with what he did to Paulo Costa after he, you know, beat Paulo Costa and then impregnated him. You know, it was really rough. How he treated Paulo Costa on Twitter was just really rough. Ethan says, Khabib fans are not toxic. Everybody harasses them. Oh, John Jones fans. Really? Kyle Coleman? I don't know. Are John Jones fans toxic? That's interesting. Because I don't know. Like, Jones doesn't have, to me, like, a distinct fan base. Like, Conor, to me, has, you know, rabid Conor fans. I don't know. That's a really interesting point. Because John's kind of a troll on Twitter, too. That's why Costa pulled out of the Rob fight. He's suffering from morning sickness. John Jones fans are just delusional. That is so funny. That Paulo Costa morning sickness thing is a violation of Paulo Costa as a man. But that's hilarious. What am I supposed to do here? Like, how can I stop him from doing that? Oh my God, this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity. Oh, I blocked. I don't know what to do. I honestly don't know what to do. There's no other way I was blocking the transition. I don't know how else I could have blocked that transition better. I'm trying. Thank you all about your blah, blah. I'm trying. Oh my God. Oh Oh no, I thought I got him. Please let me get up. I don't want to give up. Yes. Give me another chance. For sure, like my Russian fighters, with the exception of Ortega and Mind My Business. Thoughts on CDF versus Gregor Gillespie? I don't know who's CDF. Why am I such a noob here? Who is CDF? Sober Costa's undefeated. Sober Costa, I don't know, man. Sober Costa, I think it'll be interesting, and I'm predicting actually Paulo Costa comes out and gets a win in his next fight. I'm predicting Paulo Costa gets a victory, because it's easy to sleep on him when he got beaten by a guy like Izzy. But he essentially challenged Izzy to a kickboxing match. That's what he's doing in the UFC. Izzy is not losing a kickboxing match to Paulo Costa. It's just not going to happen. Oh, Diego Ferreira. Okay. I'm not familiar. I didn't even know that fight was coming up. Ethan says, I predict Costa brutalizes his next opponent. Yeah, I think so too. I think it's easy to envision a guy losing after you see him. Oh! This guy, it's like perfect. Perfect. Everything. Oh! I'm having a rough stream, guys. Costa beat the shit out of Brunson. Yeah, he really did. Costa beat up Brunson. Costa did work on Xander. What is up, my man? Xander, welcome back to the stream, my dude. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for showing up today, my friend. Welcome. We're just talking about various matchups, but once again, back to the CDF versus Gregor Gillespie. I just didn't see. I'm not up to par on that, and I don't know what's going on there. Remember what he did to Hendricks, Ethan says. Absolutely. I do remember what he did to Hendricks, but I don't really... Oh, it was Uriah Hall. I'm sorry, Ed. It was Uriah Hall. He's 100% right. It was Uriah Hall, and Uriah Hall actually did well. Uriah Hall kept in the fight, and he stuck it out for a while, and he landed his own shots on Costa. But you're right, it wasn't Brunson, it was Uriah Hall, and I don't know why. I literally saw him fighting Brunson in my head. Hendricks. Costa versus Hendricks should have never happened. I don't know why Johnny Hendricks accepted that fight. He knew whatever Johnny Hendricks went through in that training camp, he knew he wasn't in appropriate condition to fight Paulo Costa. You saw he came in looking like a dad. You know, he looked like a guy that streams after working all day. You know, he really did not look like he was ready for a fight. Ed20 says, that's why I picked Izzy for the Costa fight, because of Uriah's success with the jab. Costa butchered It says that my chat is disconnected. Okay, there we go. Kevin Lee's son fighting soon? I don't know. Kevin Lee, I don't think Kevin Lee's on any... doesn't have any booked fights or rumored fights. I think he had a interview recently come out, and he's saying he's interested, but I don't think he has a fight scheduled. All About Your Blah 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 says, or Ed says, that's why I picked Izzy for the Costa fight, because of Uriah's success with the jab. Costa butchered Uriah's body. Absolutely. Costa's volume will be too much for most of the division. He can't cheat anymore. Ethan says, Johnny Hendricks looked like a trucker. He looked exactly like he stepped out of a truck and fought somebody. No doubt. But Costa's volume is too much for most people. We never saw his volume against Israel Adesanya because he knows that that's not going to work against a guy like Izzy. He's not going to be able to pressure Izzy without eating a shot. And, you know, it's a tough situation when you look at a guy like Costa, who... it might be almost like a DC situation. I can almost see him being in a Daniel Cormier position where he's not the worst fighter in the league. He's not the best fighter in the division. He's a second best, but he's like head and arm, like a head length above the rest of the division with respect to skills. That's what the position DC was in at light heavyweight. He wasn't ever gonna beat John Jones, but nobody else in the division was gonna beat him. I feel like Paulo Costa might be that guy. Coach, I mean Gillespie, BC Lee killed him. Kevin Lee versus Felder, maybe. I think Costa might move to 205 if he loses again. Costa, I don't know. I'm not an expert in this, but I think Costa is refraining from moving to 205 because, am I mistaken that he has really short arms? He doesn't have the reach, and while he might have the size, I'm not sure how tall he is either. So I think there are some reasons other than just trying to be the biggest person. Someone like Whitaker, Gaslam, or Till would put damage on him. Eventually that will add up. Yeah, I mean, I think out of those that you mentioned, Ethan says his arms are short. Yeah, I think there's a reason. I think there's physiological reasons why he doesn't want to be at light heavyweight. I don't want to see Paulo. If Paulo Costa can't make it work at 85, he does, but he's massive weight-wise. He's 6'6.5", so he's, you know, he's not as short as I thought he was, but, I mean, Costa would kill Kelvin. I can't, you know, if I had to bet on that fight, yes, I would bet on Costa winning, but, man, why do people, there are a lot of people, not just Ethan, but Kelvin Gastelum gets no respect, dude. Like, this guy pushed Izzy. This guy pushed Izzy at middleweight like we've never seen him pushed before. This is Kev L, top 100 fighter. I need to pay attention to this. These are some serious points. Serious points on the line. If I can squeeze this off. Ugh. I need to calm down. Costa would win all those fights, but he's not leaving without significant damage. Costa's the MMA Costa, Coach, this is MMA, not Pee-wee. Oh, I want to read that. Because, Coach, every time he's fought someone half decent, he's lost. Hold on, I want to see that. I need to know what you guys... Oh, my goodness. Okay, so we're trying to work our way into this Kev L situation here. I think the last time I fought him, I lost in like the 5th round on some craziness. Trying to enter the 2nd round with full health. All right. So I want to read this. So JMMA says, Coach, this is MMA, not Pee-wee football. You don't get a participation award. I'm not saying you get a participation award, JMMA. Are you playing me so hard? I'm not saying that. I feel like Kelvin is just like, he's better. He's not just an average fighter. He has a great skill set. He's just, you know, and he's gotten better since he's joined King's MMA. So Ed says, or was he? He was always with Kings or no? Ed 20 says, because Coach, every time he's fought anyone half decent, he lost. His best win is Bisping. He took a fight 3 weeks after GSP. Ed, Francis should be back extremely soon, Ed. By the way, Ed, my wife hates when Francis shows up at the house. Her eyes roll when Francis shows up. It is hilarious. He got subbed by Jack, got out-grappled in the clinch by Till. Yes, he's got losses. I know that. Give me 1 second here, guys. Oh my goodness. So here we go. Fighting Wei Li. This is frustrating. Kelvin gets more love than Brunson, but Brunson's far more proven. Yeah, that's true. Brunson gets no respect. And I don't... That's a good one. That's actually a great comparison, is that Brunson doesn't get the respect that Kelvin does, and he's, you know, fighting killers. That's all he's fought, are killers and monsters. JMMA says Brunson is ass too. I gotta disagree with you there. He's a workhorse, man. He's on a 2-fight, you know, streak. He's doing his thing right now. He beat, you know, a game Kevin Holland. I don't think you could say Brunson sucks. JMMA says I give them the same respect, no respect. Yikes. Yeah, one thing is for sure, Brunson does not. He's not going to get the fans to tune into a fight. That is 100% sure. If I beat up two up and it's Comers, I didn't understand that comment. I'll get back to the comments here in just a second. Oh my goodness. If you go up to the dictionary and look up gatekeeper, Derek Brunson pops up. I would have thought Clay Guida would pop up. Or Keith Jardine. I don't know if anybody's old enough to remember a guy named Keith Jardine. That's who I think of when I think of a gatekeeper, and that just shows you how old school I am. I do think of Keith Jardine, who is a old school, like the first gatekeeper I remember ever seeing. If you haven't had a chance to see or don't know who Keith Jardine is, look him up on YouTube. He had a weird style. Keith Jardine definitely fought top-level competition, JMMA. He definitely fought top-level competition, but he lost so many of those fights that he became gatekeeper. Guida's definitely a gatekeeper. Yeah, Guida is he's kind of been gatekeeper status for a long time, too. It's kind of weird that Clay Guida's still fighting, even. You know, dude's been around. You want to talk about a vet. That is the definition of a MMA vet. I mean, I don't understand how he's still doing it, especially with his style. That energy... Ethan says, who is that guy? You might not have even been born when Keith Jardine... Actually, yeah, you were. But you were way too young. You're... Lost ain't a word. He got mauled by Watt Vanderlei. Yeah. I almost forget about Vanderlei in the UFC. His run seems so insignificant in the UFC. It's kind of weird. He's a huge name. But when I think of Vanderlei, I think of Pride. I don't think of his time in the UFC. I think of him fighting... oh, you're referring to Stevens. Gotcha. Jay is 19 and sounds like an old head. You really do. All about your blah 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 says Vanderlei and Pride was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. Vanderlei on steroids. Vanderlei on full blast, like Pride, steroids. Vanderlei versus Rampage. I mean, that Vanderlei, that's who I think of when I think of, like, if anybody's talking about a great Vanderlei. I never think about him in the UFC. You don't remember him because the UFC actually drug tested. But even when he was in the UFC, JMMA, they weren't drug testing like that. And frankly, they had, testosterone replacement exemptions when Vanderlei was in the UFC. Ed says he wasn't old enough to have seen Pride. He missed that era. Yeah, and honestly, if I tell you, like, hey, go back and watch Pride fights, you're not going to be engaged by them. I find that, like, younger people just don't have that same experience watching old Pride fights when they didn't know what it was. Jay says the Yakuza sold Pride to the UFC. See, I did not know that. You were the first person that told me that the Yakuza were even... What is going on? Man, I'm getting eaten up with that combo. I'm getting eaten up. I mean, just beating my block down and then hitting me with that 1-2 head kick. Sakuraba really killed the whole Gracie. Yeah, oh, Jay, Ed, that is something you should watch. Just watch the Sakuraba versus Gracie fights, man. I watch all old Pride fights on Fight Pass. I had a great experience. I'm glad you liked it. All about your blah, blah, blah. I mean, because that was the hell of an era. I mean, I just threw the same combo she's been throwing. There you go. Not so fun. About to be double champion career as I started a new one as a welterweight. So either what difficulty are you playing it on? I want to hear a legendary. Ugh. Man, this is a... Xander says, I recently got back into the UFC, and the first fight I watched was live Guida versus Michael Johnson. Coach's stamina... Oh my god. Coach's stamina ratio. Why does it make you want to break your... Why does my stamina make you want to break your controller? Oh. Oh. Woo! Come on. Oh, no. Oh, come on. Oh, so close. So close to getting that finish. I need these points, my friends. So you know it. Xander says, I recently got back to you. Guida versus Michael Johnson. Yeah, that's Coach's stamina management is elite. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Ed. I do not think of myself that way at all, but thanks for saying that. It was almost a wrap. Yes, they almost got to say it's a wrap, dude. Coach, you've got this. Let's get the... Yes! Kyle Coleman says, Coach, I didn't know if you know this, but when a guy starts swaying like that, hit the body. Oh my gosh. What I want to know is, how do I stop that? How do I stop people from building up that grapple advantage? It's like you cannot stop the grapple advantage from building up. No. I was about to say... Yes! Oh. Oh. Okay. Waiting for... Oh. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry for all the grunting. It's just, this is crazy. That body's there to get butchered. Thank you. Kyle says, yeah, they build more grapple advantage. Oh, crap. They build more grapple advantage from the body when you aren't throwing strikes right away or transitioning. Okay. From the bottom. Got you. That's for Ed. Yes. Oh my God. I don't know if I won this fight or not. Oh, come on. Oh, please. Please. It's a wrap! Woo! Yes! I didn't know if I won that, Ed. Thank you. Oh my gosh. And I think Ethan said this guy isn't very good. So you can see, this guy's not very good, and I barely beat him. So you can see, I'm literally still, I suck. I'm just getting a little bit better at, streaming here, getting help from you guys. Kyle, thank you for your help. Oh, let me reread this. Kyle says, if a dude starts to swaying like that, just hit their body. It's an easy rock. And then he says, yeah, if they build up more grapple advantage from the body when you aren't throwing strikes right away or transitioning. So as soon as I hit the ground, I need to fake a transition and start striking immediately. Thank you, Ed. We're back up there again. We are ranked 153rd in our entire solar system. Jake Paul fight week, let's go! I'm actually excited for that fight. I'm sorry. The hype worked on your boy. I'm an old man, so to speak, and it worked on me. I'm giddy like a kid in a candy store. I want to see these two go at it. We're 59th in North America. That is Canada, US, and of course, Mexico. Let's get it in, folks. Kyle Coleman says Askren's taking that dub. Let me tell you, I've changed my opinion. I've changed my perspective, and I agree with you. At first, I was saying Jake Paul's going to win this fight because he's been training in boxing. He's been practicing in a different sport. Ben Askren is not boxing. MMA is not boxing. Even if you are a proficient striker in MMA, you are not boxing. I can tell you the little boxing I've done in a gym, if you come into boxing training with that kind of MMA squared up stance, you're going to lose that fight. I mean, you're going to get hurt. And I don't know how Ben Askren's going to break that pattern and do whatever, but, you know, Ben is also tough. These are larger gloves. Ben hasn't been slept by anybody. He hasn't been dropped by anybody except for the flying knee. You know, these are big gloves. He's going to be able to guard himself and push forward and get into Jake Paul's space. And he can take shots that, you know, Nate Robinson and whoever else Paul has fought isn't going to be able to take. And, you know, if they could teach him some basic striking, Ben has the ability to win this fight, man. And he can keep going when Jake Paul won't. Ben is dirty boxing that entire fight. Jorge and Robbie would like a word with you. Wait a second. Somebody's at the door. Hold on. Oh, France. Yeah, put the groceries down. Put the groceries up in the cabinet. No. Francis, put all the stuff in the top.
Yes. I put away your groceries. Yes.
So Francis, Ed wants to know, what do you think of a fight with Tyson Fury? Just don't be shy. Tell us what you think, man. Don't be scared. You're safe here. I know I smacked you in the face before when you got out of line with me. I gave you a smack, Francis, because you got out of pocket with me. Don't be ashamed. Don't be scared now. These guys are your friends.
Tyson Fury, he hurt me. He destroyed me on box. I stay in the UFC. I know the way. I know the way in the UFC. I know the way.
Thank you, Francis. I appreciate your honesty, acknowledging the fact that you would lose a fight to Tyson Fury because boxing is not your sport. Now, go put away the rest of my groceries before I get upset. You know I have a violent temper, and you know how I handle you. And I put hands all over you, Francis.
Yes, right away.
Thank you. And close the door behind you. Yeah, Ben Askren, all about your blah, 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 says, Ben, what is going on with this guy? We're like destined to be together. I'm not going to fight him. I'm not ducking him. I don't know who this is, but I do not want to fight. Look at that ping. It goes down to like 89 or whatever it is and back up to 130. Let's let this guy trick somebody else into fighting him. So Ed 20 says, depending on the ref, he's got to let Ben clinch and lean on him. So I'll be, Ed, call me out. Remember me saying this. I think Ben is working on a style because everybody's pointing out the fact that, Ed, I'm working on that Khabib accent. I'm going to try it. I'm just going to throw it out there one day for you. I'm going to maybe practice it in the shower, and when I feel like it's ready, I'm going to bring it out to you. Ethan, you got to love Ethan. I love the fact that he's like the counter to what we're all saying. I hate that bum. Jake's sleeping that bum. I mean, yeah, I honestly think that Ben's going to be working on a style that won't involve a lot of clinching, but or he'll clinch, get Jake Paul into a range where he's comfortable with that dirty boxing, and then and just kind of tie up the action, let it go before the ref breaks it up, and before he can get a warning. And I think it will be effective because Ben is moving forward, gloves up, elbows tucked. He's moving forward the entire fight. I wonder if there's money on the fact on how many steps backwards Ben ever takes in this fight. He's only moving forward. I can guarantee you that. He is going to march down. Evil Ethan comes out on these streams. Uh-oh. Got some background noise here. I hear somebody else back there. But it's not evil, Ethan. I appreciate your opinions, my man. So where are we at? I think Ben has to clinch. He's going to barrel in. Yeah. He's definitely going to come in. I just think he wants to avoid the fight getting broken up or getting a warning or a point deduction. Moving forward into getting dropped again. Jeez. Jake's about to pull a social media stunt and flying knee Asker. You know, if he wants views, if he wants hits, he wants attention, dude. It would be funny if Jake Paul came out and like just head kicked Ben Askren or did a flying knee and knocked him out. Likewise, it'd be funny if Ben Askren just said screw it and took him down and just pounded him until someone pulled him off. That would be not fun, but it would be kind of funny. Ethan says, my favorite thing is someone named Peter Evil Jan, and it had a funny pic of him with red eyes. Yeah, I know those red eyes you're talking about. I've seen it on the memes with Shaq, you know, and a couple of, I love those too. So here we go. This will be the last fight of the stream. We're 76 minutes in. This 76 minutes went by fast as all get out. I can't even believe we are here. This is KY Young Butter in the building. See, I'm falling into my old habits again. I'm falling into my old habits. He says I would hit a flying triangle on that Napoleon Dynamite. Oh my god. Oh, you know what? By the way, guys, if you haven't had a chance, I'm not a Logan Paul guy. I'm not your ages or some of your ages. But Logan Paul did a really great, and his friends did a really great interview with Ben Askren. It was super interesting. He tried to make it controversial. He tried to say things to make it heated, and Ben wouldn't allow it. How much butter y'all put in your mashed potatoes? I don't actually eat, I don't put butter in almost anything. I'll eat it. It's not because I'm a special diet or anything. I just don't like butter. I'm not a big fan of it. I love mashed potatoes, but and actually I like potatoes. I like broiled or grilled potatoes. Slightly burnt, not to a crisp. Just some, put some char on those potatoes for me, hon. Francis, put some char on those potatoes before I come over there and smack you. I saw that pod. They kept trying to provoke him, but Ben kept his cool. Yeah, it was really interesting because, oh my goodness. Coach likes to barbecue his potato. I do. I like them grilled. It's because of my wife. She likes to grill them and. Coach is the lineal UFC. I guess in the way that, you know, Francis has some respect for me. Oh my gosh. I just got vicked. I can't go out like that. I cannot go out like that. I don't know what is going on with me, but this 1-2 head kick is just... I have to start utilizing it on people. I have to because it's working. God damn! all about your blah blah blah. Do not use the sleeping emoji again. I got choked out and you use the sleeping emoji, and I got knocked out. You use the sleeping emoji. You got to get another fight. Yes, I need another fight. I got violated. I cannot get violated and end the stream like that. Oh my gosh. How many points did I lose? Wow. That's a frustrating fight, man. I mean, I can't stand these days. You come on here, I'm feeling great. I cannot stand these days where it's just like I cannot get a win. And maybe it's because of the division I'm in. Look at this. K Young Butter, Goat, B-Boy A+, Chips. My God. No, I will not leave. Yeah, no, you guys are 100% right. I cannot leave like that. We cannot let this happen. We will not stand for this. Oh my goodness, this guy. I feel like I'm doing a lot of whining into your guys' ears. Clearly having a rough... I'm going to rename or put in parentheses on this stream, the rough stream. Because this has been a hard day. But you got to understand... There are highs and lows. For anybody that's just getting into this game, there are highs and then there are lows. There are lows like this. But we're about to get a fight in. No, you can't, Coach. You are now Kevin Gastelum. Do not. The way you disrespect Kevin Gastelum, do not call me Kevin Gastelum. That is so wrong how this guy does not garner respect from anybody. It's just so wrong. Ethan says, I was just trolling. I had to cook for myself. Since I was a kid. I grew up with my parents always at work. So did I. Ethan. Ed20 says, you got to make a calf of Michael Vick and do a vid of him on him. I don't think that's necessary. I'm sure Michael Vick would appreciate it, but I definitely, of the number of things that I want to do with this channel to try to get better content out there, making a Michael Vick KO series is not high up on that list. Making cereal doesn't count, Coach. What? It does too count. Making cereal and warming up microwavables absolutely counts. Make fighter experience vids, Coach. So when you say fighter experience, you're talking about like breaking, going in, like we were talking about the other day, going online, offline, or unranked fights and featuring them. Ethan, don't you dare start Coach Kelvin. I can't shake Vic. Every time I lose, I'm Michael Vick all of a sudden. Do not start Coach Kelvin. It will not go away. And I'll have all of you whippersnappers disrespecting me. Coach definitely puts in the milk before. What about me makes you think I put in the milk before first in the cereal? What about my lifestyle would make you think that? That's crazy. This is another monster, Yago 1414. JMMA says I got an interesting series he's about to start. Stay on the lookout. JMMA, JAYMMA is starting a new series on his channel. Check it out when he gets it available. Do you know when that's coming? When can we expect to see this, my man? Yeah, Jay, your videos are really great. Jay says, I'm the Zodiac Killer, so I don't show my face. It might be. I might have committed some crimes. This is Yago 1414. Want to go out on a win. Like, do you see that? Why are my kicks and punches, Coach looks like a hairless the beat with a Kelvin body. Yikes. As soon as I get the thumbnail ready. Okay, cool. See, so everybody hates making thumbnails. I just simply avoid it, and I need to do it. I need to get involved in making some thumbnails. Kyle, once again, was nice enough to make one for me. I got to get at it. Get involved in that game, because I just see so many people complaining about making thumbnails. The same guy that made your channel art is making the thumbnail. Cool. Oh. Jay says his thumbnails are shitty, but that's why I like them. I don't think they're shitty. I think they look good. They draw attention. They're, basic, but they draw attention. You definitely need more vids, Coach. You have the voice for it. Better than most. Wow, I appreciate you, Ethan. I know. I keep saying it. I know. Believe it or not, though, I get this motivation. I'm like, I need to do this. I need to do that. I work in the morning, I come in stream, and then after the stream, I'm going to go get something to eat, and then I won't do anything else. Lay down on my lard butt for the rest of the night, and don't do things that help me. I need to work on that stuff. And I'm actually thinking about the Zodiac Killer had great motivation too. What motivation was so great? Wow. What's Francis made me for dinner? He's made a nice, healthy salmon, rice, a little bit of broccoli, a little bit of cabbage, and it's going to be delicious. And by the time I'm done with this stream, if my food isn't on the table, there might be some problems and repercussions. I know the way. I know the way. Thank you, Francis. So here we go. Jay says I spend too much time around donuts. The scent hit me, and I'm at home. Yeah, dude, that's the problem with working. When I was younger, I worked in a grocery store, and I hated that job. All about your blah 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 says donuts are too good to ignore. Yeah, they're hard. I hated that job so much that to this day, I hate the smell of produce sections in grocery stores. I didn't even work in a produce section. Kyle Coleman says, I could make the thumbnail for every stream video and send it to you via email, so you also have that. Kyle, that is super nice of you to even think about that. Is it possible to just like make a template that I could update even? Because that would be cool too. I'd be more than happy to update. I use something called Photopea. Basically, I grab images off the internet and I just like maybe add a number to it or do very little because I suck in terms of editing and being an artiste. I am not. So here we go, Yago. But Kyle, thank you. Ed says, I gotta leave, 2:39 in the UK. I gotta get up early for the gym. Good luck, Ed. Have a great workout. This is the last fight of the stream, so you're not missing out on much. Thank you for joining us, Ed. I genuinely appreciate you, my guy. All About Your Bubble says, I worked at Little Caesar. The smell of pepperoni made me so nauseous that I almost quit my first week. I believe it. I believe it, man. I also worked at a pizza place. Although the job was fine, I don't have any issues with pizza. What the F kind of drill is throwing 16 roundhouse kicks in 2 minutes against the guy moving forward? Yeah, the sparring trainings are a little weird, and they can get you knocked out. Definitely, I'll send over the template without the episode number. That would be awesome, Kyle. Thank you, my man. You will be the... You would have provided the art for our channel, for our stream. Golly. Ugh. He says, yes, new coach layout will be clean. Yes, Ethan, Yeah, it's gotta change. Gotta change some things up. Been doing it for a long time. Gotta upgrade, refresh. I tried to get my wife to help me with the banner because my wife actually created the logo you see here. I asked her to do it, and she just didn't. But it's not her responsibility. She has more of an artsy brain than I do. God, I'm having a rough day. It's okay. We're not giving up. Yeah, Ethan, you do always change your stuff. You said you like change in general. That's why you always change your profile pic, your username. It's interesting. I wonder what that says about you. Okay. Okay, so here we go. I need to work my way in here. He's threatening the leg kick. He's going to go high. Like that. Well, that's a good thing, Ethan. That's a good thing that you adapt to change. You like it. Come on! Yes! Oh. Oh my goodness. I do not understand how I can get out of that. Like, I think if you're punching, you should not be able to block a transition. If you're choosing to do offense, you should not be able to throw a strike and then block at the same time. I should be able to time my escape based on your strike. So here we go. Hoping to not get caught by Joanna. Oh, frustrating fight. Ethan says, I just grew up always being different and liking change, I guess. Growing up with French heritage in the States, I've never related to people a lot. Wow, I didn't know you were French. That's really cool. ¿Cómo t'appelles tu? Je m'appelle Coach Heavy Hands. ¿Y tú? Xander says, who is your favorite fighter of all time? Who is your favorite fighter currently? I hate to say it because I feel like I'm disrespecting somebody, Xander. My favorite fighter is Anderson Silva. It has to be. That might change sometime soon, but Anderson Silva is probably it. All About Your Blah 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 says he can't wait for the ground system to be overhauled. Yeah, I want an overhaul kind of everything a little bit here. Oh, I can't read that. Je vais ami tellement mon frère. There you go. So you can see how clean my French is. Mon combattant préféré, Khabib. That's whose favorite is Khabib. My favorite current fighter right now, to answer your question, though, that's a hard one. That's a hard one to answer. It's not Francis. It's not Steve. It's not. Golly, I don't know who is my favorite fighter right now. I can't. I'm not sure. Why don't I know who my favorite fighter is? Coach is ready for Paris. I'm actually working with some people over in Paris right now. Part of a little project I'm in. No, Michael Chandler's definitely not my favorite. The guys that I use in this game are not my favorite fighters. Surprising. Like, Volk is not a favorite fighter of mine. You know, I really don't get too excited for a Volk fight. Let me think. God, man. I don't know what. Who's your favorite, Xander? I want to know. Maybe you can spark an idea in me. Who's your favorite fighter? Your current fighter? Oh, Max is his favorite right now. All about your blah, blah, blah. I was going to almost say Max too, but I feel like that's kind of a lie. Like, Max doesn't pop into my mind as my favorite fighter, but he's one of them. He's up there for sure. Bullet to the dome. Golly, this is a tough selection. Ethan says, I have no idea who your favorite fighter would be. You liked Holland for a minute. I did like Holland, but he's not my favorite fighter right now. I need a listing of fighters. Let me actually see. Let's go to the UFC cards. See if any recent fighters. Ryan Hall has the most interesting style right now. Ryan Hall is awesome. I love Ryan Hall. Xander says, I feel like it changes a lot. Xander says, I feel like it changes a lot. Well, I'll be right there. Yeah, Ethan, you are the most loyal. Yeah, you are the most loyal to your fans. It does change. Like I think that's a good point. That who I might like week to week or would describe as my favorite would almost certainly change all the time. Who would have thought this would be such a hard thing to think about even? You know, Rose Namajunas might be on that list. She might be one of my favorite. But I wouldn't say she's my favorite. I've never known someone who doesn't know their favorite, because I don't know. I can't think of a person that's like, I know it's not John Jones, it's not Dimitri, it's not like any of the champs right now, not Kamaru Usman. It's not going to be. It's interesting. Coach doesn't dislike anyone either. Yeah, I don't really have a huge problem with anybody. I don't like hate fighters. I don't even hate Colby Covington, really. I mean, I just think his shtick is annoying. Ugh. Oh man, just a slow, ugly fight here. Ethan says, Colby's actually a nice guy. There are a lot of stories about him holding the door. There's stories out there like him holding the door for Perry and insisting he goes in first. Yeah, I heard Mike Perry tell that story. Oh my God. That's it for me for tonight, folks. Jesus. Oh my God. This is the worst stream I've had in terms of results for a couple of weeks. I think it's been a couple of weeks since I've had a 3-fight loss on a stream. Oh man, this was a rough one. This was a rough one. Yikes. Don't put that on there all about your blah blah blah. Oh my God. Thank you, Ethan. I will come back stronger. You are right, my man. We're never giving up. I'm probably going to run some fights on my own here later on after I take a break, eat some food, get refreshed, come back in and try to get some points back up here. We fell below 2,300. Thank you for saying that, Xander. It's still a great stream. Thank you, guys. I'm sorry for not delivering these wins to you. I appreciate you still having a good time with me, though. I want you to come back tomorrow. Tell your friends, tell your family that we're here. Tell them to join and tell them to subscribe. You guys, I appreciate you so much. Come back tomorrow. Let's talk some more MMA. Let's win some fights tomorrow. It was an ugly day, but we'll have a better day tomorrow. Thank you, Ethan. I appreciate it. Hey, you know what's coming up next, because I know. I will catch you on the flip side. Peace. I'm out. Thank you all about your blah, blah, blah. Have a good night. Stay safe, everybody. Take care, Xander.